What's going on, everyone? This episode, I'm going to be talking about some of my expectations on what to be seeing from the Chia network and the Chia community in the upcoming weeks and months. So, obviously, I don't know the future, but there's some pretty big things happening that I expect will really change the game. So, the very first thing I wanted to talk about is the Chia hackathon that's coming up. There is going to be good resources coming out to learn Chia Lisp. I'm assuming they're good resources, but we'll just have to see. And I may consider doing some content on Chia Lisp. Haven't really decided that quite yet, but basically, the Chia company is going to be releasing some resources to help prepare people for this Chia hackathon. And this is an opportunity for you developers out there to get some seed funding if your project does very well in this hackathon. So it's really more like an incubator startup thing, but it's going to probably introduce some really cool projects. So to get more information on this, I recommend checking out Cointelegraph's press release on Chia Lisp training. And this is going to give the schedule as well as what they're covering and all that good stuff. Basically, the goal here is to introduce themes that could cover decentralized finance, NFTs, layer 2, GameFi, tools or wallets, etc. Now, I imagine a lot of you might be coming to this channel more for the farming and plotting aspect of Chia, so some of these things you might not be familiar with. Decentralized finance, or DeFi, is essentially building financial applications on top of a blockchain where there's no centralized entity controlling the blockchain. In the case of Chia, if the Chia company went away, the Chia blockchain could exist, and everything is open source, so people have the opportunity to fork this blockchain, introduce their own changes, and so forth. So this is the decentralized aspect, and it's basically one of the main features of blockchain technology. Non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, is basically the ability to have tokens or coins on the network that are unique. Often, these are seen as images, but it's also used for other applications. In the case of pooling, you create plots to an NFT, and that NFT is unique to you. Layer 2, this is basically a category of software that is creating technology on top of the blockchain to improve transaction speeds or the total number of transactions per second. Basically, they will do the processing off-chain and then resolve the results on the layer 1 or the main blockchain. This is common in Bitcoin's Lightning Network, and there's a bunch of Ethereum solutions out there, ZK rollups, optimistic rollups, and probably a bunch of other solutions out there as well. GameFi, this is basically a word to describe finances mixed with gaming, possibly the potential for things in game to have real world value, the intersection between gaming and blockchain technology, or the last one on here, which is pretty obvious, tools or wallets. Nothing too crazy there. This will introduce the opportunity to compete for a $100K grand prize or $1 million in seed fund investments. Also, I wanted to share an example of an NFT from chiafarmers.io. So they have a pretty interesting collection, and these are all built on the Ethereum network, but I imagine we'll see something similar with Chia. And I just had to share these because I'm pretty sure I'm featured in here. This guy right here, the King Curry. So that's probably going to be worth millions one day. Millions of mojo, of course. Now, Serious Labs, who's hosting this hackathon, put a pretty good list on Reddit 7 hours ago of all of the different types of DeFi blockchain projects that people could work on. So if you want to get a pretty good summary of everything that's out there in the cryptocurrency space, this is actually a pretty good article. I'm going to call out a few of these that I'm personally interested in and the ones that I think are most likely to have some of the first projects show up. So if you're wondering, hey, what's to come in the Chia network, this is my prediction on what categories are going to come first. So the first one on here that I think has a really good potential is lending protocols. Basically, the ability to lend out money based on some Chia collateral. Next one that I think has a lot of potential is decentralized exchanges, often called DEXs, or AMM, automated market makers. And I've talked about this in, I think, the previous episode, basically the equivalent of a Uniswap, but inside of the Chia network. So swapping tokens. And this will basically allow people to trade cryptocurrencies without a centralized financial institution controlling those and having transactions from peer to peer. Oh, I'm going to buy this cryptocurrency and I'll give you this cryptocurrency in exchange. Instead, people add their cryptocurrency to a liquidity pool, and this liquidity pool allows people to withdraw any of these different cryptocurrency tokens all within the Chia ecosystem. So all tokens on the Chia blockchain. The next one that I think has pretty high potential is stablecoin tokens on the Chia blockchain. So they give this example here, and they give some different options, specifically stablecoins through collateral, such as USDT, stablecoins through consensus, or the creation of algorithmic stablecoins through algorithms, which don't have a fiat currency backing them necessarily, and instead the cryptocurrency reaches peg through some algorithmic means, printing new coins or burning coins. And we've seen various examples of these on this channel. The value of a stablecoin here is if you want to lock in your wins or your losses, but you don't want to go all the way to fiat, you could basically swap Chia or some other token on the Chia blockchain for a stable coin, such as USDT on the Chia network. Next one I want to talk about are smart pools, and a real-world existing example of this would be Yearn's vaults. Basically, you lock up your funds, and there's some automation that happens to increase your cryptocurrency balance. And there are a ton of other examples on here, so definitely a pretty helpful post. Now, before we get much more into these updates I have for you guys, I wanted to give a special thank you and shout out to our sponsor of this episode. BlockFi is a financial institution where you can put your crypto to work by gaining extra interest on your cryptocurrency balance. So for those of you who are interested in cryptocurrency mining, you can make your cryptocurrency mining rewards go directly into your BlockFi account. This will allow you to get the benefits of potential growth in the cryptocurrency value as well as a growth in the cryptocurrency balance itself. On top of growing your crypto balance, you have the ability to get crypto-backed loans. So unlock up to 50% of the value of your assets in USD. This will allow you to get more funds without giving up your cryptocurrency balance. For those of you who are new to BlockFi, you can get a bonus with any deposit of $100 or more. So if you want to support this channel and try out BlockFi, you can check that out at blockfi.com/Caleb. Thank you so much, and now let's get back to the video. So in the world of Spacepool, we have two really big updates. The first is that we have released our loyalty fee discounts. So if you are with Spacepool for a long time or have a lot of storage, you get reduced fees that will help you earn more Chia over time. You can find the details of this at pool.space/fees, where we talk about our fee launch and the different discounts that can be applied, up to 25% fee reduction. The other big announcement is that we've enabled push notifications from the Spacepool app for when your farm goes offline. So up until this point, we've had Discord notifications, but now we also have mobile push notifications. So if you want to know the details of that, we have this article, How to Enable Push Notifications on the Spacepool mobile apps, which you can find from the announcements channel. So that's just a way that you can ensure that your farm is running all of the time. So those are the two big announcements on the Spacepool side of things. The next thing I want to talk about on what's coming up in the Chia world, and this isn't necessarily related to the Chia company, because these are actually forks of the Chia blockchain when some other company or individual decides, hey, I want to create my own cryptocurrency, but I don't want this to be a token on the Chia network. Instead, I want it to be its own entire blockchain. Well, then you could fork the Chia blockchain and create a new blockchain. And there are actually a lot of Chia forks out there. A big one for reference is known as Flax, and there are a bunch of other ones. And the thing that's crazy here is that you have the ability to farm these simultaneously. Whereas in proof of work, basically you have to take your hardware and decide what you want to do with it. If you have a graphics card, you have to choose. Do you want to mine Ethereum? Do you want to mine Ravencoin? Or do you want to mine something else? Same thing for ASICs. They'll have an algorithm, and you can choose which cryptocurrency that supports that algorithm. But you can't do two at the same time. And this is different for Chia, where you can farm 10 plus of these coins at the same time. Now, this also introduces various challenges and difficulties, which we're going to talk about this in an upcoming episode dedicated to Chia forks. But I just want to let you guys know that these are out there. If you're interested in getting the most you can from your capacity and you want to start collecting a bunch of other cryptocurrencies, Pretty much all of them are worthless right now, but if even a few of them take off, you could be pretty early on and collect a decent amount of them. So definitely encourage you to do some extra research on that while we prep this next video on Chia forks. Some of these have slight differences from the main Chia blockchain that might make them valuable in a different way than the Chia network. But there's tons of them and you have to do research on all of those, and it's a project that I haven't even started myself. Up until this point, I've pretty much been exclusively Chia, but now I'm going to start exploring these different forks. So if you have any suggested forks, drop them in the comment section below, and we will consider that for our upcoming fork video. So to summarize this video, what do we expect? What do I expect from Chia? I expect a ton of really cool DeFi applications and tokens built on top of the Chia network. I expect Spacepool to keep doing great, growing, and people getting reduced fees. And I expect, instead of tokens on the Chia blockchain, new blockchains altogether forked from the Chia network. So lots of cool, exciting things, and we have a lot more upcoming. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are as well. Drop a comment if there's anything specific you want me to cover or take a look at, and I appreciate all of the support. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos and be sure to subscribe. Hit that notification bell to get notified of new videos. We post them whenever we want now, and that's pretty consistent. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.